Hi, friends. Now that you've heard both of these books, I want you to help me think. What is it that the authors wanted me to learn from their books? Well, first of all, when I read Witch Habitat, what do you think the author wanted me to learn? Remember, in this book, it talked about a few different animals and the habitat. Well, one thing I really think the author wanted me to learn was that word habitat, because he told me there are many different habitats. The sloth lives in a rainforest, and the rainforest is the sloth's habitat. So a habitat is where an animal lives. Instead of saying where animals live, they use this word habitat. So I think this author wanted me to understand what is a habitat. And he also wanted me to notice that different animals live in different habitats. Do you think that we could just pick up these animals and move them to another habitat? I don't think so. I'm thinking about this penguin. He lives somewhere where it's very cold. Could I take a penguin and put it in the rainforest with the sloth? No. So I think this author wanted me to know that animals live in the habitat, they have a place they live that is specific to them and what they need. This book was also about where animals live, except this time the author used the word animal homes. I think in this book, the author wanted me to learn specifically about where animals live in their habitat. So the habitat is kind of like what part of the world or what surrounds the animal. And this book wanted me to know exactly where an animal makes its home. Maybe it's a hive or a hole, a web or a cave. And I also noticed that the author used lots of different words for each animal's home, like a web or a cave. A bat doesn't live in a web, and bees don't live in a hole. So I think this author wanted me to know that specific animals live in specific places. Birds build a nest, but you know what? That bunny wouldn't be able to build a nest in a tree because it can't fly, it can't get up there. So these authors both had things they wanted me to learn about where animals live. So now that we've kind of thought through what these authors are trying to teach us, I want you to see if you have any books that you've read. They could be from our nonfiction book reading grid we had last week, or maybe you have some nonfiction books at home. And just try to think about it next time you're reading. What does this author want me to learn from his book or her book?